Have you ever thought about becoming a professional artist? Well, unless you want to be a starving artist, better come up with something unique to attract attention to your work. The lady you're about to meet certainly got that going for her. Teresa Bush pays a visit to her world of colorful mosaics down in Bell Buckle.
It takes a lot of time to create large concrete sculptures like this. It's what Sherri Warner Hunter and her assistants do most every day at her studio near the town of Bell Buckle. Each one is meticulously decorated in a mosaic.
I consider myself a mixed media artist, and I also consider myself a community artist. With the mixed media, it allows me to explore ideas without getting locked into a particular kind of technique or material.
The majority of Sherri's work is placed outdoors or inside public buildings, which is exactly what she wants.
I just think that people need to feel that art is not that exclusive, that it can be part of their life and that they can experience on a daily basis. So I like to have things that are in the daily path, that are encountered regularly, that can be interacted with, so that people can sit on it, play on it, walk around it, confront it. It's hard not to engage with some of my larger pieces, and I like that. So there's a bit of the psychology of the viewer, as well as I like to test myself. You know, can I do that? Is that going to work?
This type of sculpting requires many steps. First, Sherri creates a tiny version of the work. Then she sketches it onto paper and then transfers that design to a large square piece of styrofoam. Next, she cuts and saws and brushes that piece of styrofoam to make a form of the objects. Once that is done, she covers the form with fiberglass mesh and then slathers every inch of it with a concrete mixture.
And let that cure, and then you do another coat, and then I always do a final coat of just the cement. You can build it up as strong as you want depending on how the piece is going to be used.
Next, it's time to decorate the object. It's a painstaking part of the process, something that almost always requires the help of Sherri's assistants.
Jan Cataldo and Tiffany Cataldo have each probably worked for me for over 16 years, and over the years have become expert mosaic artists in and of themselves.
They use plates, cups, and other interesting found objects, but 8-inch tiles are used the most because they come in a lot of colors and they're easy to find.
I particularly like to finish off all the edges, whether I've broken them with a hammer or cut them on a saw. I've gotten into a habit of sanding and filing all the edges so that they're smooth. While I believe that you bleed on good art, I don't want the viewer to bleed on the art.
Since moving to Tennessee in 1989, Sherri has had little time to make things just to make them. The majority of what she creates is for a specific purpose. Among her most recent works on display here in Tennessee include this giant lobster in the Bell Buckle Park in memory of a child who drowned, and this sculpture, which is inside the governor's mansion. It honors the people who donated money for its renovation. The mosaic was made from the home's discarded slate roof tiles. They were all cut into 1-inch square pieces and then tumbled to soften the edges.
I selected to make a stylized figure that would represent sort of all people as opposed to a person. And it's a tall figure holding a gold leaf bronze bird, which to me represents the gifts, the presents. And I tried to position it in such a way that is it landing or is it taking off? So is the gift being received or given? It's a very high honor. I just am delighted to have a piece included in a project that I think will be a Tennessee treasure for decades to come. I just really felt honored to be part of that.
As long as she can remember, Sherri has wanted to be an artist. After earning several art degrees and living and working in a number of art-rich cities, her hard work and dedication has paid off. Sherri's dream of becoming an artist has come true.
I couldn't have imagined the adventure and journey that I would be on. I mean, it's beyond what I could have imagined, and a lot more. So I have no regrets, and I'm pretty sure I have a few more good years in me to keep the journey going. So it's what I wake up every morning wanting to do.